Back to the Pulse. I'm your host, J-Piddy, and this is the Pulse at Remedy Live, where we chat, we listen, we love. Hey, I just want to talk a little bit about a news story today that has just really caught my eye, and I think it resonates with a lot of what's going on in the culture. We see a lot of negativity, a lot of bad, a lot of different kinds of stuff throughout our culture. But one of the really cool stories is a story of a bunch of college athletes. So it's 4 guys from William Patterson University. They went into a store and they were trying to buy stuff. And as they were walking around, they realized no one was around, no one's looking there. Well, what ended up happening was the store had closed an hour before, but the front lock malfunctioned, so they just opened it up. And so there was no one there. They could have stolen anything that they wanted. They could have had anything they wanted. But instead, they looked around and were seeing if everyone was okay, seeing if there was anyone in there. And then they thought the guy might have just stepped out. So what they ended up doing was that they took some money and they paid for it. And they just didn't pay for it. They also tried to figure out the tax. And they paid for it, and then they left. And so much in life, the big 3 things that have been taught in my life have been poise, discipline, and character. And character is the kinds of things that when no one else is watching, what are you doing? And who are you? And there's a lot of times, even in my life, my character, I feel like it's been really well, and there's times where I'm like, it hasn't been the best. And these guys that just showed, these guys were 4 football players, and they were just getting sunglasses and some snacks. But what character do you have? And that's why I want to continue to challenge you on tonight is all of us have character, who we are when no one else is watching, who we are when people are not around, or who we are when we talk behind people's back. You know, these 4 guys, you know, besides the surveillance camera, they were even waving at the surveillance camera going, hey, look at me, I'm paying money, you know, and I want to do that because I know it's right. I know what the right thing to do is. And so many times in our life, we try to edge out the right. We try to make it, well, I can get away with this. I can skate through this. No one was here. No one would know, you know, if I really wanted to. And what kind of person are you if you want to continue to do that kind of stuff? So I commend these 4 guys, but I'm also challenging myself and challenging you guys out there is, what kind of character are you? What kind of character is that in your own life? And how do we get that? And I think that's a big step, is what character. And we have a great example in Jesus and what Jesus' character is. If you see all this kinds of stuff in the Bible, you hear him talk, but he doesn't really, he didn't write it. Other people were writing about him, and they saw his character. They saw who he was when he would go away and pray, when he would go away and do these different things. They saw his character, and he was genuine. He was the Son of God. And so they got to see that in a lot of different fronts. They got to see that through a lot of different miracles and all that kind of stuff. But what would people say when they see you or talk about you? What kind of character? So I'm really challenging you to keep that strong character. If no one's watching you, still do what's right. Even though it's hard, I can tell you it is hard. And as you get older, it gets harder. There's days where it's easier and there's days where it's harder. But I just love you guys so much. I want you guys to know that you guys can do it. If you put your faith in the right things and put yourself around the right people, you can do it. And you guys could be. And if there aren't right people around them, that does not mean that you cannot still be right and be the man of character or the woman of character that you're supposed to be. So that's what I'm going to challenge you with tonight. I hope you are having a great night out there. We're going to keep the music going. I just thank you for letting me talk just a little bit with you this evening.